Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Plus3 Futures and Commodities show. We are recording a few minutes after the close on Friday, the 17th of October. My name is Ben Maldonado, and as always, I'm here with my partner, Barry Hederachi. Barry, how we doing?
Doing good, doing good. What a week, eh?
Yeah, well, as we talked about, we kept saying, hey, volatility season is here. It's going to be volatile. And to go along with that, we got a little added bonus. We're seeing trick or treating early from the market with
My
with
God.
all kinds of spooky activities this week.
Mhm. Everywhere.
Yeah, so and I promise everyone we're gonna Barry's gonna spend time and I'm gonna spend time and we're gonna point out a lot of these, trick or treating activities that we're seeing because it's probably going to be with us, through the end of the year because we don't see volatility letting up and these whipsaws and games and false breaks and sort of things are going to be par for the course. So identifying them can create real opportunity. So without any further delay, let's jump in on the SPX here.
Well, last week, the big theme we left with was about a counter trend. And we talked about the one thing we're going to be looking for is counter trend, not so much where the lows might be coming in, but the counter trend. We had a number of them, let's just say, because we've had big range days. But either way, the Wednesday high came up exactly where we had marked it on the daily, right around 27.27. You can see we came up right up into it and reversed. And on at least on the cash, we have an inside bar. So next week's going to be important. How we handle this little pattern following the counter trend. Because following the counter trend, we make we went lower, so we took out the low of the high bar, and then we have an inside bar. So normally this is very bearish. You guys go back and check the pattern. But it can go either way, not it doesn't have to be exactly the same. It's not a 100% pattern, but it's something to always keep in mind. And we'll look at the counter trends that we got during the week each day when we get to the 30-minute chart, and we'll also look at the weekly. There's a lot of things going on, and I think if you guys have been following us for a while, you know, we were way ahead of this. We're normally a little bit ahead because we look at the time cycles that are coming up and the prices that are nearby. And you'll see when we talk about gold, what we said last week, the targets we were talking about in the weekly, daily, the silver targets, everything was met. So I guess that's the benefit of using the squares. We have a reasonable expectation of where prices can go following certain patterns, probable outcomes. Anyway, let's get started. And we're going to go through the indices first and then start with bonds and cover the metals and go on to the currencies. And if you guys like our work, please hit like and share and hit the alerts.